Over the past week or so, I've had a bunch of people DM me saying they're actually ready to build their rig, so I figured this would be a good time to make a video about like tips to, get started to make sure you're successful in building your mining operation. First of all, if you have any questions from this video, you can always DM me. I've been talking to people on DMs, FaceTime calls, helping everybody get set up. I'd initially thought that having a group chat would be good, but people don't use the group chat, they just DM me, so, that's fine. Anyway, can you start it? First things first, remember that your first goal with the mining rig is to make your money back as fast as possible. So that means finding parts that are at their fair retail price if it's a graphics card, or buying used if it's parts like a CPU, motherboard, and RAM. Those components don't really matter for profitability, they just have to be there so the computer will turn on. That being said, if you want a good platform to get started off with your mining rig, you want to start with these cheap parts from eBay. I would say the processor, you want to search for a Celeron G1820. The processor is $30 on eBay. You can find it for cheaper. Then you want to get a compatible motherboard. For that, you would search Z87. Z87 is just the type of motherboard. It just makes sure to work with that processor. You can see these range from $50 to $100. And most importantly, they have lots of PCIe slots on them. You can see that this one in particular has like 7 slots. So that means this one can handle 7 graphics cards. Just make sure that they're the correct slot when you're counting them, because some of these boards have a different slot in the same area that doesn't work with graphics cards. You can see it on this one. This slot right here is actually not for graphics cards. You can tell because it doesn't have the little lever on the end like this one does, and it's not small like this one is. RAM for this specific setup would be DDR3. Just make sure you have at least 4 gigabytes of it, and make sure you get the desktop memory, not the laptop. Laptop memory is the smaller one, those won't work. And speaking of cost cutting measures, you need to think about where exactly you're going to keep the mining rig. You can cheap out on a power supply if and only if you don't mind having a very loud, like louder than a hairdryer, object wherever you plan on putting it. So if you look at traditional power supplies, these are ones that are in most computers. You can see their prices range from 120 to more than that, sometimes double for something decent. But there is a cheat code if you want to save some money. You go on Newegg and you search for server PSU. These serve the same purpose, except you can find power supplies that work for literally half the price. I actually got this one for about $30. It serves the same purpose as the power supplies on Best Buy, but they are a lot louder and they're a little bit more difficult to use. But then again, they're a quarter of the price. So if you can get your hands on one of these for like $30 or $40, I would definitely recommend it. But only if you're okay with something that sounds like a helicopter about to take off in whatever room you're about to put the computer in. Next, do not overpay for your graphics cards. Best Buy usually has stuff at the correct price. You can see that this graphics card is $500. This one's $400. Let's say we go to Newegg for the same graphics card. So this is one that's supposed to be $400. You can see it's going for $500. This one's closer to MSRP, but the point is, get a stock checker. The stock checker will let you know when something goes in stock at a certain website at the correct price. Because paying double for a graphics card, although eventually you'll make your money back, it's going to take twice as long. And given that the crypto market is so volatile, it's possible that you may not ever make money back if you overpay too much for your hardware. If you're mining for fun, that may be fine. If you're okay with, spending money just to, just for the idea of getting money for not doing anything, having a computer around, it could be an excuse to, build a powerful computer because, it'll pay for itself. But if you're mining with the intention of making money, you don't want to buy hardware overpriced. Alright, next, utilize your resources. You have calculators like whattomine.com, which can tell you exactly how much power consumption and how much profit you'll get from certain graphics cards. So for me, I have highlighted all the graphics cards that I have and I click calculate. It'll tell me exactly how much I'll make from each coin and how much I'm losing to power consumption as well. So let's say I click Ethereum because this is the coin I mine. It's letting me know right here that I make each day $61, each week $420, each month $18.38. Now the thing is, this graph right here shows you how profitability has varied from day to day. So you can see on this day, it says revenue was $52, and then today it's $64. Point I'm trying to make is it varies, and it may go up or down depending on the price of the coins, how many people are mining, how many people are using the coin. There's a lot that goes into it. So a good rule of thumb is to plan to try to make your money back in 3 months. Given that we're in a bull market and prices are going up, it may be a lot quicker than that. So like even though it says $1,800 a month right here, I've already made $1,800 this month and it's not even over yet. But the same thing can be true in the opposite direction, especially if you hold out and build your mining rigs later, towards the end of the bull market. As prices start to drop in the coins, it may be a bit longer for you to make your money back. So just have an idea of how long it should take you to make your money back based on this, but don't count on it. Like, give yourself some leeway. As far as checking individual graphics cards for their payoff time, you want to go to GPUs at the top of the screen, and you have each graphics card and how much they make. What you do is you take the price of the graphics card, and then you divide it by how much it makes per day, and that'll give you how many days it'll take you to make it back. Now, if you absolutely must get into mining now and you don't want to wait for something to come in stock at the right price, you can use this to kind of determine, are you okay with waiting that long to make your money back. Selling coins every day ensures that you actually make how much it says on the mining calculator. If you make $62 today and you sell $62 worth of coins, you've secured that much profit. However, if you wait and you hold your coins, that can kind of add up to you making $100 a day later down the line. Perfect example is my mining profits. Initially, my mining payouts were worth about $50, but since the price of Ethereum has nearly doubled in the past month, the same money that I made a month ago is now worth double, so my same mining profits are worth $100. If I had sold back then, I would have only secured $50 per mining payout back then, but since I'm holding, those same payouts are now worth $100. So it's as if I was making double back then, just like I'm making double now.